Dave Smit. I'm here to testify to God's goodness in my life, my family's life, and just a lot of things that happened over the last 2 weeks. All of the reports that we're getting back from a lot of different things that have happened have just, they're all coming back just positive.
Tell them what happened, Moses, for those who do not know.
Well, you want the long story or the short story?
Tell us the high points of what happened.
Okay, well, Thursday, 2 weeks ago, some of this is foggy because of Darvocet and all the other drugs that they gave me when I was in there. But anyway, Thursday, about 2 weeks ago, I had back surgery. I had a tumor on my spine. Actually, it was on my nerve. And so they needed to remove this tumor. So that procedure went very well. I was in and out of the hospital within 2 days. Very painful. After about day 3, the nerve pain got tremendously bad, and the medications that they had given me for the pain just weren't even remotely close to touching it. So they put me on a steroid to cut the inflammation down in my nerve, and that took the pain away for a couple days, and then I started having chest pain. Friday night, last week Friday night, I started having chest pain. I thought that it had to do with my surgery because I've had appendectomies, gallbladder removal, different surgeries over my lifetime. And I've had gas get stuck up in my chest, and it feels like a heart attack. So we were at home. There wasn't a whole lot we could, I got through it. My wife prayed me through the one on Friday. Saturday we had some friends over. I was feeling a little bit better, and some friends wanted to come over and visit. And they weren't there for 10 minutes, and it started again. This time, it felt like there was a semi parked on my chest. It was just ridiculous, rolling in pain. I had all 3 of my kids, my wife praying for me. Should have had an ambulance taking me to the hospital, but that's what we did, and it worked. So, and then my wife basically went to bed crying that night because there was nothing that she could do for me. Saturday morning, I woke up and I had a tremendous headache. And I told her, give me some Tylenol and take the kids to church, and you might as well leave me here because I can't do anything. So she left to church, and she got through the praise and worship, and the band ended up leaving early right after the praise and worship, and my wife ended up leaving early because one of my kids he kind of was acting sick because probably anxiety from the night before and everything that was going on. She ran into Jesse out in the parking lot, and Jesse's like, I think Jesse was ready to call 911 because she's like, that's not the problem. He's got a blood clot. There's something going on. He needs to get in the hospital. So she called me. Well, I was out of it, so I didn't answer my phone. Well, that freaked her out even more. But then I did wake up, called her back, and she's like, I talked to Jesse. I talked to the surgeon. There's something going on. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go to the hospital. Make me some lunch first because I'm starving, and then we'll go. So I ate a great big meal. Everyone from this church has been bringing so much food over, like it's just been unbelievable. Great food, too, by the way. But anyway, so we headed over to Metro. I walked into Metro. I told them, I gimped my way in there with my back pain and said I was having chest pain, and they hooked me up to an EKG machine. The guy looked at it once and he goes, run that one more time, and he ran it again, and he looked at me, he goes, does your heart feel like it's beating out of your chest? And I said, my wife parked like halfway out in the middle of this parking lot, made me walk all the way over here, but other than that, I mean, I feel fine. And he said, that's not the problem. Your heart rate was 167. So he's like, your heart is beating out of your chest. So 2 minutes later, there's 4 people, and then there's 8 people, and they're all stabbing me, shaving me, prepping me for surgery. And the cardiologist walked in, and she said, so we're going to jam this thing in your leg and go into your heart, and we're looking for a clot, and if we find it, we're going to pull it out. If we need to do stents, we're going to do that. And if we can't repair it that way, then we'll just open it and fix it that way. And I'm like, and you're giving me 10 minutes to think about this? She said, you don't have that much time. And my wife was bawling, and I'm trying to just make light of the situation, but it was crazy. So I apologize for taking all of Uncle Cal's time the last 2 weeks with one person's needs, but thanks for coming and praying for us and helping us through a lot of that stuff. And the main reason why I'm up here is not only just to give glory to God for what he's done for us, but also to just encourage this church body. You guys have been incredible to us. I mean, the amount of help, food, I mean, it's just been overwhelming. And I've never, ever been part of something like this. I've had a lot of medical issues in my lifetime, and I've never felt more people care. It's just been unbelievable. So, thank you.